So I'm not really consistent with the cream and stuff like that, but basically my skin does glow. Be the best version of yourself. Try to celebrate the small wins. Have you read a book? Have you passed an exam? So look at the things that you have a job, you're going to work and all of that. Going into details in terms of what how you feel in a better version of themselves, being able to make women have married, have something that you're doing to feel better about yourself. I use a lot of stuff, but it's mainly my glow is iconic glow, just for my face though. But you can see that my neck is still glowing anyway. So just to let you know that I'm not really into skincare, but I do try to take care of my skin. So I obviously the weather in the UK does help, and I do try to exfoliate, and I do exfoliate. I use moisturizer. I'm not so consistent, but those are the things that I try to do. And also, I think one of the things with my skin will mainly be, let's say, the things with my skin will mainly be, I would say what I drink. So I drink celery juice every single morning. I drink my green smoothie every morning. So I do that at least 5 times a week. And those things are really good for the skin. So I take a lot of beetroot, spinach, celery juice. So it's knowing, hi, I'm Steve Harris. Thank you for joining. Thank you. So it's knowing what is good for my skin, knowing what is really good for my skin. So I do my skin inside out. So I would take healthy fruits. I drink celery juice in the morning. I take spinach and I take beetroot, but also the weather in the UK does help me. So I'm not really consistent with the cream and stuff like that. Thank you, thank you for joining us. So I'm not really consistent with the cream and stuff like that, but basically my skin does glow, and I do try to take care of my skin. And iconic glow is one of the things that I use for my glow. So the next part is about celebrating small wins. So when you want to be a best version of yourself, try to celebrate the small wins. Thank you. So it's like you would know what you've done. So you've achieved something, say, in the last 6 months, and rather than beating yourself around the bush or beating yourself and being hard on yourself, celebrate those small wins to say, okay, I've done XYZ, then this is what I've achieved. Even if it's in 2 months or in a month, what have you achieved? What have you done differently compared to the last month? What have you achieved? Have you worked out 3 times a week, or have you gone out to do something great? Have you handled a project by yourself? Have you organized a party? It could be anything. Have you read a book? Have you passed an exam? So look at the things that you've achieved in your life and kind of celebrate those small wins, because the celebration is enough to push you further to the next level. So it's basically what takes you from one point A to point B. The whole idea is trying to get your motivation on a higher level. So motivate yourself and say, okay, give yourself a pat on the back. You've done something great. Write them down and analyze the things that you've achieved in the last 1 month or 2 months. Okay. And the next one is side projects. So as a woman or as a young woman, you want to be independent. You want to work your own. You're going to work. You have a job. Hi, Cakes by La Fresh. How you doing? Thanks for joining in. You have a job. You're going to work and all of that, and you need to have something else that kind of excites you. Okay, I'm talking about best version of yourself. So it's me just going into details in terms of what how you can be a best version of yourself. So I'm just giving you tips. So what I'm talking about is having a side project. So most people would go to work. So like me, I'm a full time. I work full time. I have 2 kids. I'm married, and I would say that having a side project also helps. So aside from working and being successful in my career, I also want to do things that I like, being a lifestyle blogger, being a fitness blogger, being able to help other women like myself, being able to make women feel in a better version of themselves, being able to make women have, look good, be intelligent, be smart, be something. So it's like just don't exist. I don't believe that you should exist. I believe if you want to have something, go out of your comfort zone and do something for yourself. So having that side project, it could be a business, it could be a consulting project, it could be something that you're good at. So it could be you singing, it could be you selling stuff, it could be you consulting, it could be you coaching, it could be you mentoring, it could be you doing anything. So having a side project or having a charity event, or I can see cakes like a Baila Fresh bakes as well. So having something that you're doing. So even if you're working or you have your kids or you're married, have something that you're doing, something that you have passion for. Because higher, so when you try to achieve something, having a side project, it just makes you feel better about yourself. It makes you feel that okay, you've solved problems, you're contributing to the good of the society, so you're giving back, you're doing something good, you're able to solve problems for let's say a chunk of individuals in the society. So doing something for yourself. So I do work. I go to work full time. I have kids. I have my marriage. I have my home to take care of. But at the same time, I still have my business. I still have my page. I still have higher. I still have going to work. I still have me talking to people. I still have my education. So I still have other things that I'm planning, and I still have my goals in terms of what I want to be. So my husband might have our own goals, but I still have my personal goals that I'm trying to kind of achieve. Okay. The next one is your emotions. So I'm going to talk to you guys about emotions, and everybody's guilty about this, and even me. So being in control of your emotions is a top skill for being a better version of yourself. So it's like our emotions kind of control us. So sometimes we don't like the way people, it could be in terms of your reaction to things, how you react to conversations, how you react to someone upsetting you, how you react to maybe things around you, things that upset you, things that you don't just basically agree with. And sometimes my goal is you can't really control what people will say or what people will do. You can't control that somebody is going to come in and behave in a certain way. You can't control what someone is going to do to you. You can't control that someone is going to come and buy your product. You can't control that someone will not come and troll you. You can't control that someone will not come and tell you shady comments, or someone will come and make you feel bad about yourself. But what you can control is yourself, your emotion, and how you respond to that person. So what am I saying in essence is, the more you're in control of your emotions, the more you're improving on yourself, and the more you're growing in your ability to handle issues maturely. So, for example, I would look at myself and say, okay, I've reacted to this badly. I didn't handle this correctly. I would have gotten upset, in the way I reacted at work and stuff like that. And every situation is like a blessing for me, because I try to learn from it. I try to look at it from a different angle to say, okay, so how could I have handled that differently? Some people will just come at you for no reason. Some people will just come and react. You don't know if they. I look at it like, try to see the positive side of everything. To say, okay, they could be going through a lot, so they could be going through things in their lives. They could be going through God knows what, and that you're just the first person that they're just pouring their anger on. So when I look at it from that angle, then I'm not really upset with that person. I'm looking at it from the sense that, how do I control to kind of resist that temptation? So it's you being more in control of your emotions. And this is a topic all round, so it doesn't necessarily have to do with fitness or weight loss. It's just, it might be yourself, it might be how you relate with your partner, it could be how you relate with people at work. And for me, being a manager, managing a team, has taught me how to kind of coach my staff, or kind of handle feedback constructively, not tending not to react to every single thing, being more in control of my emotions. I'm not 100% there yet, and it's understanding that you don't have to be perfect, you don't have to be that perfect person. There's some people that are very good, they've kind of groomed themselves along the years, but knowing that every step in time we get better, every step in time we get better in handling situations. We can ignore, we can walk away from trouble, we can also react in a better way. We can also turn our responses in a way that it favors us, that the person even changes their next reaction or their next way that they relate with us. So obviously, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. And the next one is prioritizing. So obviously, if you don't prioritize, so prioritize is one good one, because obviously, you have to prioritize what you do. So kind of prioritize, what are your main goals. Your business might be your priority. So okay, so if my business is my priority, how do I make it happen for me? So how do I make that business work for me? If losing weight is my priority, how do I make that weight loss work for me? So how do I come out? How do I show up? How do I work out? Is there a plan in place? Am I going to work out 3 times a week? Am I going to work out 5 times a week? Is my food in check? Am I mixing up with people that will give me bad food or something like that?